Welcome to Rick's Corner, where we talk wrestling. Hi, and welcome to Rick's Corner. Today I have a special guest, Luke Perry, actor and big wrestling fan, and I want to get his views on what we do here as far as training, as far as the kids wrestling, as far as behind the scenes, and how it affects people that are involved in it. Hi, Luke.
How you doing, Rick?
Now, you've been a wrestling fan for how long?
My whole life. I remember my brother and I watching it out of WGN in Chicago, black and white TV in the early 70s, and I don't ever remember not being a wrestling fan.
All right, now, give me your impression or your feelings about wrestling then and wrestling today and the difference between the old school style and the style we see now in WWE.
Well, the stuff that we see now on WWE, you always hear the expression that these guys are standing on the shoulders of the guys that came before them, and that's absolutely true in wrestling. You know, the guys that came along in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and they paved the way for what these guys are doing now. But what I notice as a fan is back then the guys were more wrestlers, and it was what you call chain wrestling, a lot of hold stuff, very good, because they were selling in small arenas where the people are up close, and they got to do the work well, and they got to do it clean. And what I see now is still a fantastic show. When you go to a WWE show, you go to a SmackDown or a Raw, the size of the venues are so big. The nature of the work has gotten a little less precise, I think, to me, when I sit there and I watch it and I see when those guys are selling and they're trying to sell to a 60,000 crowd and the people are so far away, sometimes they're missing. And, you know, you can get away with that when the people are that far away, but in the intimate small shows that I would see in armories and stuff growing up in Ohio, where you're literally getting sweat on and spit on and bled on, and you can see it right there. And that's when those guys, you know, they were really working tight and they were working together.
Yeah, there's a huge difference. These people, and I had talked to this with Navajo Warrior, they come out of cookie cutters. I mean, all the guys today are like fitness models. The routines in the ring are pretty much the basic routines that we do as drills here, and they get it in.
Well, that's the thing here that I wanted to talk about is the drills that you guys do here. The training is so comprehensive. When I take my family and we go to the match and we're watching stuff, you know, they can call it out as well as any of the commentators because, you know, you teach them all the moves, all the stuff. They know what to look for, and they can see when it's being executed and not executed well.
Exactly. You can depict it when you watch it.
Yeah, and you know, the thing about kids is they don't miss a trick. They don't miss anything.
No.
And you can think you're selling, and if you can't sell it to a kid, then you're not selling. And having said that, that's what makes them the greatest audience for wrestling, because they're the most discerning viewers. They're really into it. The kids bring a passion and a love to it that adults, doesn't matter how much you're getting paid, you just can't do it like that, because when you're a kid, you love everything.
And they're brutally honest.
They are fantastically honest, and they say, that didn't look good, that didn't look right, that hurt me, you're not supposed to slam me that hard. You know, they talk about all the stuff. And when I sit here and I watch the kids wrestle at your house, that's what I think is one of the true benefits that they're getting of it, is they have to communicate with each other. When I was a kid and I was watching it on TV, I really had the sense that these two guys were in there beating the snot out of each other. And when it's done right, that's absolutely what it's supposed to look like. When the kids come here and they learn the art of it, how to execute the moves, and how it's really partnership and acting and dancing as much as it is all the other stuff, that's a great thing for them to walk away with. Because, you know, a lot of the kids that come may not be, like you said, your fitness models, your typical athletic type of kid, but this is a place where they can still find their personality, put it into a character, bring some physicality to it, get in the ring and mix it up with other kids. At the end, everybody walks away, nobody's hurt.
That's very true, because not everybody's going to make WWE. We know that. They're very selective on who they take. They're very picky about size and weight and all that, because they want a certain look, because that's what sells tickets. Or at least that's what sells tickets for them. I kind of disagree with that a bit, because we were talking before about old school, about how the wrestlers had their own look, maybe Freddie Blassie, or I said Fit Finlay. I mean, they're not all supermodels, but they had certain character and they look like wrestlers, and that's really what put them over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was their character.
There was a lot of individualism that was there in the 70s and 80s, and now, you know, people have risen to such heights in wrestling stardom that the guys actually have something to shoot for. They're trying to be the next John Cena. They're trying to be the next Stone Cold, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair. And in the search for trying to be that, they're not finding who they themselves are. But when you look and you get somebody who really latches on to their own persona and they find a character, CM Punk is a guy that I'm thinking of. He's saying, I'm going the other way. I do something different. People pay a lot of attention to that. They appreciate that, and they appreciate the wrestler bringing his imagination to it and putting that kind of work in.
I agree with you. You can kind of learn from other people, But you don't want to be that person. You want to be you. You want to be the best you can be, and bring to the table something about you that people are going to spend money on to see that's different, that you can emulate in the ring. I mean, it's good to copy somebody as far as a move, but don't become them, because they're already there. When you go to sell yourself, you want to be someone that you never saw before. It's just like with acting. You want to bring something into a scene that nobody else ever did, right?
Yeah, many times, when you're doing theater, you're playing a part that 50 other people have played. You're almost never the first guy to get the part. So it's
Right.
always about how you do it and the way you do it. A lot of the moves that you guys are going to do, people will have seen them before. It's not every day that you can think up a new spot or a new move, but it's the way you execute them and what you bring personally to it that's going to make a difference, going to make you guys stand out, I think.
I have, over the years, had parents come, and a lot of mothers are really kind of afraid, saying that you're teaching my son to fight and he's going to go to school and pick fights with people. And I'm totally against that. I don't promote fighting here.
No
I don't promote them to have a chip on their shoulder. In fact, the toughest guy in the world, who is Gene LaBelle, is probably the most humble person you'll ever see, and he doesn't pick a fight with anybody. You wouldn't even know it by looking
That's
at
right.
him.
Real tough guys don't pick fights.
Real tough guys don't pick fights, and that's not what this is about. This is stage presence. This is learning how to execute your moves, learning your body, your mind, and body control, how to separate, have the intensity in your face, and be the looseness in your body to be able to...
And it's those very elements that are going to translate into other things outside wrestling, which
Right.
I think is the benefit for a young kid to come here and, like you said, get in touch with their body, get in touch with their personality, have a safe place to do it, where it is, it's chaperoned, you're right there, you're looking in on them, and they walk away from it knowing that it's not about violence, that that guy
Exactly.
that they've just been there mixing up with is their friend, someone they have to talk to, someone they have to work
That's
with.
right.
And that's what kids today need to know, that tough guys aren't violent. It's not the way that you want to be. If you want to participate in something like that, the best thing you can do is find a spot like you've got going on here and come and get in the ring and do it right. Take the time, learn the stuff, do it right, stay off the trampolines, get to a good spot, get somebody that can teach you, and learn.
That's exactly how I feel. I mean, you've seen these guys work, and you see what they're all about, and they're all good people. I have no attitudes here at all. Everybody gets along.
Right.
They're willing to take chances and learn new things without hurting themselves and not hurting others. The whole thing is protect the person you're working with. The key is protection, work and safety, just like stunts. It's all about safety. When are you and I going to have a match?
I'm training him right now. I'm looking to put on about another 10 pounds of muscle, and
I'm looking to lose the 10 pounds.
then we'll get in there. No, I'd just like to be able to be Rick's double in the pictures that he does.
what
Do I shave my head, go white with all this?
What we're going to do is we're going to do an old school match with older guys, although I'm a lot older than him. We're going to lock up, one move, take it home, end of the match.
Fantastic. I'll be there.
Well, listen, thank you very much, Luke, for doing this Rick's
It's a
Corner.
total pleasure.
And
Thanks
I
for having
appreciate
me,
you
Rick.
giving me the support that you have, and you've been behind me 100%, and it's just really wonderful. And stay tuned. Next time we'll have another Rick's Corner.
Yep. We'll see you there.
Stay tuned next time for more Rick's Corner, where we'll talk wrestling.